this piece of technology. Alright, maybe that'll work. What? I don't want to end it. No, I'm trying to start it. Pikachu! Coming at you with the Pikachu hat on. The Pikachu, the Pokemon show has really good music. I got to be the very best. I forget how that song goes. Oh, but it's so good though. Pokemon! It's really good. Should have been there. The other song too, the song they play at the end. Or the song they play at the all their music is good. It's good. I mean, I'm not just saying that. I am saying that because it's good. Like the song they play where it's just like, gotta catch 'em all. It's kind of mellow, kind of, and it has a little descending, like, gotta catch 'em all. It's so catchy and so good. It's kind of like the Chimpoko Man that South Park did, where they're like, got to buy it, Chimpoko Man. Kind of exaggerating a little bit, but I think that was good too. Got to buy it. The Chimpokemon. There was Penguin. There was a character named Shu. It's so random. I love it. Pokemon is so random and so weird and cool and just strange. It's weird and cool and just strange. I'm not really that into Pokemon. I mean, I've had to watch my fair share of it, just raising some kids and shit. But and I have a lot of Pokemon paraphernalia because of that. Like I actually have a decent Pokemon card collection. I have a bunch of them. I just kind of came into them. I didn't really. I bought some of them, but not that many. I have like fucking whole tub full of them. I imagine they're gonna be worth money someday. Well, they kind of already are. Some of them. I mean, but they're not worth as much as they will be someday. And they're like, the collectors of them are like fanatics. Though you got to be so. I mean, you send them in to get graded and shit, just like you would anything else, like any kind of collectible. And they're really tight about how they grade them. It's really hard to get a 10 or whatever, a perfect one. I've had a few graded, but they got low scores, and I thought they were in good shape too. It was kind of like, oh man, this is it's difficult to really. I mean, I couldn't see what was wrong with them, and they got like a 6. I'm like, damn, what am I not seeing? Just my vision isn't that good. It's all good though, man. It only costs $30 to have it graded. Some ridiculous price. Like, ouch. You could at least give me a good grade. No, they can't do that though. They got to be strict with their rules. People don't want to be buying no half-rate Pokemon card. Why am I talking about Pokemon? Oh yeah, because I named my show "Gotta Catch 'Em All." Gotta catch 'em all. Gotta catch 'em all. Pokemon. Gotta catch 'em all. Gotta catch 'em all. Sometimes I feel like just going crazy and going out like in public and just standing like in a busy area where there's people milling around and just with a big sign that says, I can prove to you that you're a flat earther and you just don't realize it. And just like, all I'm gonna have is a piece of chalk in my hand and a big sign that says, you're a flat earther and you just don't even know it. You're not even aware of the fact that you're a flat earther. Because everybody is, and they just don't realize it, and I can prove it. And see what kind of response I get. And I just have to be in a spunky mood, just be like, you're a flat earther, and you don't even realize it. And you want to make fun of people that are flat earthers, but check it it out. You're making fun of yourself because you're a flat earther too. So you might as well just join the flat earth crew. Just take a little bit of hazing. But if you learn my secrets here that I'm about to show you, you too can show everybody else that you come in contact with that they too are flat earthers. Everybody in the world is a flat earther, actually. Nobody really thinks of the earth as a globe when it comes down to it. Nobody really considers the surface of the earth as forming a 3D shape. It's nothing anybody ever has even thought through to that extent. I mean, I can prove it. It's really easy. All you need is a piece of chalk and like a nice like parking lot or something that's big enough to like demonstrate what I'm about to explain. I'd be like, okay, you're a flat earther, you don't know it, and I've done this with people that are like anti-flat earthers, or like people that want to like do final experiments and shut us all down. And check it out. Even Duffy himself, Will Duffy, proved to me that he's a flat earther also. But he didn't like it when I said, "Welcome to Flat Earth." Like I always say that at the end, because they always give me the right answers, which are flat Earth answers. Because I have a whole list of questions I pose to people, and it's like, I mean, any number of different thought exercises and stuff that I can use to demonstrate it to anyone that they don't really think of the Earth as being a globe, and they never have, and they probably never will. And a lot of people will walk away from what I do, either thinking it's ridiculous, or scratching their head, or just realizing what I'm saying, but then just being like, oh, but fuck it, no, it must be a globe. But in the back of their mind, they know that what I'm saying is logical, and they can't really do anything about it. And it's like I love when I stir up a debate with this too, because it's like I just won't budge. I mean, and it's just so easy, really, and it's nothing that anybody else is really like busy pointing out, and I find that to be really weird. It's been like kind of a sore subject for me almost, or it's just been a point of contention in my like I lose sleep over this. Like I'm like, once I had the epiphany, I'm like, how come nobody thinks of this? Or like, how come nobody's ever thought this through? It just seemed like so, oh my God, why didn't I ever think about that? That's so fucked up. And it's like, then I'll try to explain it to people, and they're like, what do you mean? Or they're just like, they don't, well, they certainly aren't having the epiphany that I had. Because for me, it was just like, oh man, that's, I'm stupid. I can't believe I believed that. I never even thought about it. That's what the problem was. And nobody has. And it's weird because even after I point this out to people, most of the time I just get the response of like, whatever, you dumb flurf. Like, but there'll be a pause every time, and they always answer the questions to my, like, I mean, by my standards, they prove to me they're a flat earther. They think of the earth in the same way I do, which I claim flat earther over here, and it's like, despite all the globe evidence or whatever, all the what about the eclipse? What about the sunset? What about the what about space? I get answers to all those things, but it's like, but what about my thing that I'm about to say, which is like, there's really no way to shake a stick at it. The only thing you can do is just say, well, the Earth is a globe, so but that's not really like, it doesn't cut it. For me, it doesn't cut it at all you need is a piece of chalk and a big empty like parking lot, or just like, it doesn't have to be big, but you just get your sign and say, I'll prove to you that you're a flat earther. Come bring it on me here. Make fun of me. Call me a dumb flat earther, but I'll prove to you that you are. And then you can walk away from here being able to prove to anybody else that they are too. I'll prove to you that you don't think of the Earth's surface as forming a sphere. And it's like, you probably won't ever think of it as forming a sphere again after I'm done with this, but you might pretend that you still do, and because you don't want to be made fun of because you're just insecure or something. But I'm going to logically point out to you how it's a ridiculous idea. I mean, there's plenty of ways to point that out. All you got to do is be like, so upside down people. It's just like, it's pretty ridiculous. But I mean, okay, we were taught that at young ages, and so it's like been hammered into our brains since we can remember. So we've just come to think of that as being, oh, that's just how it is. People are upside down on the other end of the world. Yeah. I mean, it always seemed stupid to me, but it's like I accepted it as being true. And like I had never really thought about the fact that nobody's ever seen that, or like it's just something we've sort of accepted. And because I mean the moon landings were totally fake, and that's the only time that anybody's ever been far enough, would have been far enough away from Earth to be able to see if it's a globe. They can't even see the curvature of the Earth from where the ISS is, even though they show it in their videos. But no. And the thing is, here's what's up with my sort of epiphany, and it's going to sound weird at first, but it's just because it's so obvious. You just have to accept it. And it's like this. All you need is a piece of chalk, and you draw a circle on the ground, and then you say to somebody who's like, who's there, who needs to be proved to them that they're a flat earther, you should be like, okay, here, I just drew a circle here on the ground, the surface of the Earth. Now, can you please, you globe believer, can you please draw me a smaller circle around the outside of that circle? Okay? Just do it. And they'll sit there and they'll be like, wait, what? I'm like, I need you to draw a smaller circle around the outside of this circle right here that I just drew. So show me how you do that, please. I'll be waiting. They'll be like, wait, what do you mean? I'm like, I mean what I say. I mean, draw a smaller circle around the outside of that circle. Right? I mean, does that make sense? Yeah, but that's impossible. Yeah, I know. It is impossible. You are correct. All right, well, so let's move on to the next question. What if I drew a really big fucking circle on the ground? Like a fucking big circle, like a big fucking circle. Then can you draw a smaller circle around the outside of it? What do you mean? Why are you saying that? I'm asking a simple question. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, can you go and draw a smaller circle around the outside of the really, really big one that I just made? You couldn't do it on the smaller one. We went over that already. Can you do it if I do a really big one? No. Okay, you're answering correctly so far. You're doing good. You're doing good. You're hanging there. Okay, so we can't do it. So is the size of the circle I draw pretty much irrelevant? It's always going to be an impossible task to draw a smaller circle around the outside of another circle on the surface of the Earth. Like, it doesn't matter if I draw a big one or a little one. It's always going to be the same concept. You're going to have to be making a smaller circle around the outside of another circle on the ground, and it's not possible. We figured that out. We've been over this. It's pretty obvious. It's like it's silly, right? It's something that we shouldn't even have to acknowledge. I mean, it's just like it's so obvious that you can't do it. It's silly because you're traveling around the outside of a circle. So, if you're going to make another circle around the outside of it, it's always going to be bigger, right? I mean, that's duh, right? I mean, it doesn't have to get much more obvious than this. And it doesn't matter how big of a circle I draw. It could be, I mean, there's a lot of space here on Earth, right? There's a lot of space. And we could even say, just you could go over water too if you need to. But it's just we'll mark it with like drones or something. But the thing is, I mean, it'll be a measurement that's a big circle. It can go around countries. I mean, it could be so big, right? But it's still going to be the same situation though. We're going to be walking around the outside of the circle that we just made. And so it's always going to be a bigger circle, right? Yeah. I mean, there's no question. I mean, it's just obvious. Okay, and it does seem ridiculous that I have to point this out, but it's true, and it's just simple logic. And there's nobody alive that would ever expect there to be a different result. I don't think there is, because the situation is this: you're walking around the outside of a circular perimeter drawn on the surface of the Earth. You're walking around the outside of it. So it's always going to be a bigger circle when you're making another circle around the outside of it. You can't make a smaller circle. No. That's just so foolish to think that would ever happen. It wouldn't happen. And so since we can pretty much rest assured that this task I'm asking is not possible, and we could just think about, like, how big of a circle can you draw on the Earth? Well, does it matter? We already went over that. It's like, the size is irrelevant, right? It's always going to be the same situation. You're walking around the outside of the circle. You're never going to be able to make a smaller circle around the outside of it. Duh. So, I mean, you could circle. I don't know how big of a circle you can make. I mean, the biggest one possible. I don't know how big is it going to be. I don't know. Circle the whole world. Well, apparently you can't do that if you live on a globe. You can't circle the whole world. No. The biggest circle you can make on a globe Earth of the measurements that we've been given is at the median, which would otherwise be like the equator, just for what it's worth. But on a sphere, I mean, the median could be anywhere, and you just the middle. The middle is the biggest circle because we live on the surface of a ball, allegedly. So the biggest circle that we can draw on the surface of the ball that we live on is at the median, right? That you can't make an argument against that. The median is going to be where the biggest circle you can draw on the surface of the ball, right around the middle. Now, when you think about it, it's like, well, when you draw a circle on the surface of the Earth, it's circling a certain area, There's an area inside this circle here, it's not like there's another area inside it. No, it's just circling a specific area. And so, the bigger the circle you have, the more area you're circling. It's a specific area, wherever you decide to do the circle that. So, like, when you get to the median, though, it's like, what is it circling? It's not circling the whole world. Because, like, if that perimeter, the circle that you're drawing at the median was your property line, you wouldn't own the whole world. No, so it's circling half the world, right? I mean, I think that makes sense. If that circle was they say the equator is a straight line, but let's not get into that right now. I'm just talking about, like, realistically, if you're making a circular perimeter on the Earth, there would have to be a biggest one you can make, I guess. Or not, I don't know, but there is, like, the known world, all the continents and all those, there is all those places, like, if you're just thinking about it logically, well, we'll just make a circle that has all those places inside of it. That would be the biggest one that we could that we could think of or whatever, because those are all the places that we know about, at least, whatever. You can make a circle around all those places. Well, not on the globe, Earth. You're not going to be able to do that. It seems weird, but that's one of the oddities of living on a 3D surface. You're not going to be able to draw a circle around the whole entire known world. The biggest circle you're going to be able to make on the globe, on the surface of a ball, is at the median. You could draw, like, an oblong circle that went all the way around or something, but I'm talking about, like, a circle, You can get all kind of squirrely and I'll try to make some weird little, workaround or something, but you get my point here. That's the biggest circle you're going to draw. And after that, say you're moving down, you're making bigger and bigger circles and you get down to the median. After that, if you keep drawing circles, they're going to start getting smaller somehow. We already went over how that's impossible, but not if you live on a ball. But how would that look in real life? Because I make the argument that it'll never be like that. You'll never start making smaller circles. Like, I would make the argument that if you start spiraling out from where you're at right now and just spiraling out, a spiral, is like you're going around, it gets bigger and bigger, you're spiraling outward. You started here, you're spiraling out, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and you're just working all the way out and just spiraling over more and more area, vast. That spiral is only going to grow. How's it ever going to spiral you back in? How would that work? How would that look in real life? You have all that area that you've already spiraled over, and you're simply going around the outside of it over and over and over, just spiraling outward. The spiral just goes around the outside of the one you made before, the lap, whatever. It just keeps getting wider and wider and wider. How would you expect to ever spiral back in? How would that look in real life? I know how it would look on a ball. I'm trying to, like, make you realize that you haven't thought about it to this extent, where it's like, there's certain weird things that would have to happen if we lived on a ball. We're going to have an expanding empire, We're going to put our castle right in the middle of this empire. And we're going to make a circular property around it. So it's like our castle is right in the middle of our circle that we own. And then we're just going to keep expanding our empire evenly in every direction. And whoever owns that area, we're just going to conquer them. We're just going to evenly spread out in every direction. That will eventually own like the whole world or something. We're going to evenly spread out. So we'll just make a circle around the outside of our circle, and we'll just keep adding more and more property. Every time we make a bigger purchase, we'll just put a big fence around it. And so it's like our circle keeps getting bigger and bigger. Our castle's always right in the middle because we're expanding evenly in every direction. So the castle's always right in the middle, and our empire is expanding evenly in every direction. Every time we go out and do a new property line, conquer the people or new villages or whatever, and we got to put up a new fence, and the new fence is always a longer, we always need more materials. So we're going to go build our new fence. It's we got all this much more property that we have to encompass. So we're going to go put up this new fence. We got to get more materials than we did last time because it's going to be bigger because we got all that much more land inside of it now. So it's like you can see the visible representation of the area being included. There's no way that, obviously it's going to need a bigger fence because you have more area to circle, encompass. So every time we get a new piece of property, it's always going to be a ring-shaped property. It's going to be around the whole circumference of our property. Every time we get a new ring, we'll just go out and build a new fence. We know that we're going to have to order, Home Depot to drop off more materials, because it's going to be a bigger fence because we own more property. And now that's our formula. We're just going to add more, and it's going to be a bigger piece of property, which means it'll have a bigger perimeter. And we're just going to carry on like that, just indefinitely, for generations, whatever. And so it's just going to become a family tradition, It's like we'll go conquer the land and then, make a new fence all the way around our property, however many thousands of miles it ends up being, It's like we always know that we're going to have to make a bigger fence because we're owning more property now. So there's a bigger property line around it. We'll have to order more materials every time. And it's just going to be ingrained in our mind, like this is what we do. We've been doing this our whole lives. For generations, we just conquer the area, make a new fence around all this much more property, and we've been expanding evenly in every direction since we've started, and the castle's still right in the middle. You got people working for you out there, because there's a lot of work making a fence around your home. It's a lot of work. And so you got people working for you out there, and eventually you get some guy on the team, he's like, how come we have to order more materials every time? Because we keep adding more. How come the fence is bigger every time? And the people are like, what are you talking about, dude? What do you mean? Well, shouldn't it be getting smaller every time by now? What do you mean? Why would it get smaller? We're adding more area. You can't make a smaller fence around more area. No, but I think it should be shrinking. Well, you're crazy, dude. Just get back to work. And he keeps fretting it, and you're like, no, it should be smaller. We shouldn't order as many materials this time. I think it's going to be shrinking. It's shrinking? We're adding all this more land. How could you make a smaller fence around that much more area? How do you propose that's going to happen? Well, and eventually he keeps doing that, and so people are like, fine, order less materials, see how that goes for you. And he orders it, and it doesn't barely even finish the fence. He's like, I don't get it. What's going on? How come it's not shrinking? We're adding more, and it should be shrinking. And we're like, this guy's got a screw loose or something. There's something wrong with this guy. They're like, no, really, it's like 30,000 miles around. It should be shrinking by now. People are like, dude, this guy's nuts. What the fuck are you talking about? He's like, well, no, because on the globe Earth, the biggest circumference you can make is 24,000 miles around or something, like 25,000. And so after that, the circles have to start shrinking. But our circle's like 30,000 miles. How in the fuck is that happening? Our circle should be shrinking. Globe Earth, what are you talking about, dude? It's about reality here. We add more property, it's going to be a bigger perimeter. like you realize when you ordered less materials, and see how that worked out? You have more property, it's going to be a bigger perimeter every time. But the globe Earth says blah, 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 blah. But reality says more property means a bigger perimeter. but the globe model, blah, 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 blah. That's a model. This is real estate. This is a real thing. This is real estate. You're talking about a model. Look at my globe, my toy model. Look, it says this is going to happen. Okay. But is it happening? Because we're dealing with real estate here. There's more of it, there's a bigger perimeter. But the globe model says blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Here's the thing. If it was on a globe model and we got past the median, whatever, our castle was in the middle, right? And we were expanding, but then we got to the median, and say that one dude was right and the circles started getting smaller. At that point, when the circles started getting smaller and smaller and smaller as we close in around, we'd be circling the property that we don't own at that point. So at that point, our castle would no longer be inside the middle of our circle that we're making. The castle would no longer be in the middle of the circle that we're making. Because the circle that we're making after we pass the median is encompassing the area that we haven't purchased yet. And we would just keep shrinking our circle until it got down to like one last circle. It'd be rings, 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 and then just one last big circle at the end, you know, with a little red and white pole sticking out the middle of it. I don't know, man. What sounds more realistic? I think a lot of people want to just assume the red and white pole, you know, it seems like a happy ending. But I tend to think that more is more. Like more area is a bigger property line. I can't imagine that it would ever shrink. I don't think we're dealing with a place that would happen. And if that would happen, that would be a real, like that would be a super, like, you know, cognitive dissonant inducing experience if we were if we were to realize that our property line was shrinking after we added more, and it was shrinking again and again and again. We're like, what is going on? That would be wild. That would be a reality bending experience. That's why I say I'd rather put the magic on the sky instead of the earth. The sky does some amazing things. We don't know what it is, what it does. I mean, I don't know the mechanisms at play there. I'm supposed to think that we know all that stuff, whatever, but like I just don't think that. I know all the information. I've studied it pretty in depth, but like I also know that nobody's got any more of a vantage point than I do, which is I'm just looking at it, and same with everybody else. And you know, there's people that know more about reality or whatever, and they can make more educated guesses or whatever. There's hydrogen and helium, and it's like a never-ending supply, and it's like with so much hydrogen and helium that it collapsed on itself in a vacuum, and the two lightest gases that we know of became so dense and collapsed on themselves and exploded, creating nuclear fission, and we've just been orbiting it and spinning for billions of years, and it's been such a steady ride that we've managed to evolve out of lifeless space debris. You know, nothing weird about that. It's totally believable. I was just some little pond scum. Couldn't wait to be a man. I was just a little wee pond scum watching the dinosaurs rule the land. But they didn't know, those dinosaurs, they thought they were the shit. But they didn't know this little pond scum would come along someday and use his fossil fuel to power his go-kart. It's funny how nature works. We were just barely a couple amoebas in the pond scum back then. After the dinosaurs had been annihilated by a mega space rock that sent the place into turmoil, volcanoes and earthquakes disturbed the harmony of the land, and it became a dissonant nightmare, and there was a nuclear fallout in the sky, and there was an ice age that ensued after all the lava and everything destroyed everything, killed everything. And then we came along a billion years later and found all their bones and pieced them back together, and they looked real nice from dinosaurs. We used their fossil fuels and no, we got their bones, or no, their bones turned to oil, or no, we got their bones, or their oil. I mean, whatever, it's both. We just found a place where the bones used to be before they turned to oil, and then we made a cast out of it. That's what we did, yeah. And then we figured it out. We pieced it all back together. That's the ticket. Because we know how to do that paleontology. I went to college, can't you see? Oh, I know a lot about them Stegosaurus and Megasaurus and fucking T-Rexes, T-Rex, and have you ever thought of what it would look like if a T-Rex had to have sex? That would be a mess. Oh, goodness gracious me. I wish I hadn't tried to see that in my mind. Too late now. What are you gonna do with them little hands? It's just pretty awkward to think of a big T-Rex trying to make love to his lady. But he gets kind of soft sometimes, and he's a nice little guy. He's got little arms, and he likes to play with his lady's tail. They get into some foreplay, and it's fucking weird. Their dinosaur bones must have been so strong to hold up that big old stomach that weighed a ton. His bones were so strong it weighed a ton. It carried all that meat around all day. Well, actually, their bones would have broken now that I think about it. Whoever engineered these dinosaurs wasn't thinking clearly. How would a T-Rex mate? How exactly would that happen? Oh man, how can you tell the girl ones from the boy ones? I mean, they both look pretty masculine. But they're good monsters. They're like, evil kangaroos. They should make them jump. Boing, boing. The T-Rex used to jump. That's funny. Leaping lizards. Rat in a train ditch, got on a limb. You know better, but I know him. Like I told you what I said. Steal your face right off your head. And now he's gone. He's gone. He's gone. He's gone. 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 He's gone. A steam locomotive rolling down the track. He's gone, 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 and nothing gonna bring him back. He's gone. He's gone. He's gone. 9-mile skid on a 10-mile ride. Hot as a pistol, but cool inside. Cat on a tin roof, a dog's in a pile. Nothing left to do but smile, smile, smile. And now he's gone. He's gone. He's gone. Now he's gone. He's gone. He's gone. 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 He's gone. Like a steam locomotive rolling down the track. He's gone, 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 and nothing gonna bring him back. He's gone. You know better, but I know him. Right in the train, no, like I told you what I said. Steal your face right off your head. Now he's gone, 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 gone. Now he's gone, 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 gone. He's gone. Like a steam locomotive rolling down the track. He's gone, 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 and nothing gonna bring him back. He's gone. And nothing gonna bring him back. 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 He's gone for good. Nothing gonna bring him back. Nothing gonna bring him back. Ooh, nothing gonna bring him back. He's gone for good. Ooh, 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 ooh. Nothing gonna bring him back. Nothing gonna bring him. Nothing gonna bring him back. He's gone for good. Nothing gonna bring him. Nothing gonna bring him. Nothing gonna bring him. He's gone for good. Nothing gonna bring him back. Ooh, 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 nothing gonna bring him back. He's gone for good. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Nothing gonna bring him. Nothing gonna bring him. Nothing gonna bring him back. That's too fast. Well, yeah, trucking. Got my cheap gas in, I keep it trucking. $2 passing line. We just keep trucking on. Oh no. There's an ELF Milwaukee on the street. Chicago, New York, and Detroit, and it's all on the same street. Typical city involving typical daydream. I hang it up, I see what tomorrow brings. Dallas got a soft machine. Houston, Tulsa, New Orleans, New York got the ways and means, but just won't let you be. Oh no. Most of the cats you meet on the street are true love. And most of the time they're sitting around at home. And one of these days, later they gotta get going. Out of the door and down on the street all alone. Like the doodah man once told me, you got to play your hand. Sometimes the cars ain't worth a dime if you don't lay them down. Oh, oh no. Sometimes the lights are shining on me. Other times I can barely see. Lately it occurs to me, what a long, strange trip it's been. Sitting staring out of the hotel window, I got it that they're gonna kick the door in again. I got to get to sleep before I travel, but if you got a warrant, looks like you're gonna come in. Busted down on Bourbon Street, set up like a bowling pin to get knocked down against that wearing down that just won't let you be. Oh no. What in the world ever became Sweet Jane? She lost her sparkle, you know she isn't the same. But living on reds, vitamin C and cocaine, all a friend can say is ain't it a shame? Well, trucking up to Buffalo, and I'm thinking, got to mellow slow, do the take time, the better place to go, to get back trucking on. Oh no. You're sick of hanging around and you like to travel. You're tired of traveling, you wanna settle down. I guess they can't revoke your soul for trying. Get out of the door and let them look all around. Sometimes the lights all shining on me. Other times I can barely see. Lately it occurred to me, what a long, strange trip it's been. Trucking, I'm going home. Whoa, whoa, baby, back where I belong. To get back home, sit down and pass my bone. Then to get back trucking on. Oh no. Then I get back trucking on. And I get back trucking on. And I get back trucking on. He's gone trucking. So the Grateful Dead used to do, they do like he's gone trucking. Kind of spell a little sentence. He's gone trucking. Then what they play for that? They play going down the road feeling bad. Going down the road feeling bad. tastes like wine. Going where the water tastes like wine. Going where the water tastes like wine. Oh, yeah. Don't wanna be treated this way. Going where the climate suits my clothes. Going where the climate suits my clothes. I'm going where the climate suits my clothes. Oh yeah. I don't wanna be treated this way. Down the road, feeling bad. Oh, listen, going down that road, feeling bad. You know I'm going down that road, feeling bad, bad, bad. I don't wanna be treated this way. Lay down, my dear brother. Lay down and take your rest. Won't you lay your head on your Savior's breast? I love you, but Jesus loves you the best. And I bid you good night, good night, good night. And I bid you good night, good night, good night. Lay down, my dear brother. Lay down and take your rest. Oh, won't you lay your head upon your Savior's breast? I, I, I love you, but Jesus loves you the best. And I bid you good night, good night, good night. Just skunk crawling around up there. After the jacks up in their boxes and the clouds have all gone to bed. You can hear happiness staggering on down the street. Footprints dressed in red, and the wind whispers Mary. A broom is drearily sweeping up the broken pieces of yesterday's life. Somewhere a queen is weeping. Somewhere a king has no wife. And the wind cries Mary. The traffic lights, they turn blue tomorrow and shine on emptiness down on my bed. The tiny island sags downstream, 'cause the life that lives there is fucking dead. And the wind screams Mary, Mary. Hey, oh, will the wind ever remember all the names it has blown in the past? With its rush, old age, and its wisdom whispers, no, oh, this will be the last. And the wind cries Mary. If you had the world to give, I'd give it to you as long as you live. Would you let it fall? Or hold it all in your arms? If I had a song to sing, I'd sing it to you as long as you live. Lullaby, or maybe a soft serenade. Wouldn't you laugh, dance, or cry? Be the change you made. Maybe I don't have much to give, but maybe I have a song or two. Only if you let me be your world could I ever give this world to you. Could I ever give this world to you? Could I ever give this world to you, baby? Could I ever give this world to you? Maybe I don't have much to give, but maybe I have a song or two. Only if you let me be your world could I ever give this world to you. Could I ever give this world to you? Could I ever give this world to you? Could I ever give this world to you? La 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 la. If I had the world to give, how's that? That's the thing. Could I ever, could I ever give this world to you? 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 Yes, I keep raccoon leftovers here. Was mess my concentration. I keep raccoon leftovers here. Was mess my concentration. Wanna go inside? Wanna go inside? Bingo. Enter the bingo. Enter the bingo game. Could I ever give this world to you? Holy shit, where'd you come from? These raccoons just came rolling out here all crazy. I was going to show you, but nobody's watching anymore. Whatever. You guys are all lame.